AMC to deliver a year-over-year increase in earnings on higher revenues. Guys, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Watch until the end of the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel because AMC has some interesting news and expectations coming up for their earnings. We got to talk about GameStop, AMC, what crypto is doing coming into the week, and we also have a massive week with announcements as well as earnings and the economic data. Without further ado, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on. And guys, if you aren't subscribing but keep coming back to the channel, I research, edit, upload, record, not in that order, all for free for you guys, and all I ask is a couple clicks of a button. That is all I ask because it helps with the algorithm. On top of that, I hope you all enjoyed your weekend aside from this video that you'll get video out of to prep you for the stock market this week. I hope that you have spent some time with some family and just had a good time. So let's get into it. First things first, before I cover this, I want to talk about a sponsored stock, but this stock is a very new company. It's a very small, extremely high risk, extremely high reward play, but price targets have been given at very high targets. The stock is trading at $5. The price targets are 11, 13, and 15 in the near future, which analysts are giving it a strong buy rating, which is very interesting, seeing I see it as a extremely high risk, high reward play, extremely high reward, clearly. Now, this is Serina Therapeutics, which is a biotech company developing a new type of drug delivery platform called POZ polymer technology. It's designed to replace outdated PEG-based systems used in drugs and vaccines with something more effective, less toxic, and longer lasting. So it is interesting, this sector, which usually comes to be high risk, but they're doing something kind of brand new. Their focus is on Parkinson's disease and neurological disorders, aiming to make treatments easier and more effective without wearable pumps or daily injections. So the company's doing something good that I like. And what's actually interesting about this company is they don't have anything for you to really go off of because of how new they are in terms of investment thesis, but I'll kind of break that down. There is a couple things you can look at. Their lead drug is SER-252, which targets Parkinson's, which is a multi-billion-dollar market. POZ platform could disrupt drug delivery in neurology, cancer, and RNA/mRNA therapies. Example, vaccines. PEG-based drugs made over 140 billion in sales, and Serina is positioned as the next evolution. Now, a couple investment reasons. They're the first mover in replacing PEG with FDA attention on safer alternatives, experienced founders behind PEG drugs, which are already on the market, and clinical trial catalyst coming in 2025, potential for major revaluation. And they also have a tiny market cap with asymmetric upside if trials succeed, and it could be a buyout target if big pharma sees POZ as strategic. Now, speaking of that small market cap, take a look at below the daily time frame. We see this huge move in the stock, but a huge buy order that comes in pushes the stock from $5 to $9.70 almost, which is a 90% gain on a 4-hour candle with a huge buy trigger on July 15th, and it's back down to this neutral price once again. So if that happens again, it could be crazy to run, a take profit or something. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But this, keep in mind, there's no FDA approvals yet, but once those come out, we could see the stock surge to those analyst expectations very quickly with just a little bit of buy orders coming in from possible institutions and things like that. Now, how or if need be they raise money, maybe it's dilution, but we don't really know until then. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on Serina Therapeutics. Guys, AMC is reporting earnings August 6th. Okay, this is important. This is midweek, trading at $3.25 a share. And ultimately, there are signs pointing to mid-August for a potential short squeeze. AMC, GameStop, altcoins as well. However, this is a little bit before mid-August. This is very early August. So are we going to see an anticipated rally or a squeeze sooner rather than later? Now, the market expects AMC to deliver a year-over-year increase in earnings on higher revenues when it reports results for the fourth quarter ended June 2025. I kind of broke down what we are about to see. Now, AMC looks poised to beat earnings again, backed by rising analyst optimism, a recovering box office environment, and financial deleveraging. AMC benchmark recently raised its Q2 estimates after expecting a stronger box office recovery. They now see 1.329 billion in revenue and adjusted EBITDA of 154 million, which is up significantly from prior estimates, suggesting better margins, 11.6%, which is versus previously 6.6%. Now, Wedbush, as many of you know, also upgraded their outperform target on AMC, upgraded their target on AMC to outperform, aka giving it a buy rating up to $4. And the bullish outlook is based on stronger global expansion potential, deferred 2026 debt, and completing what's expected to be its final major share issuance, which is good for us shareholders as well. Ultimately, AMC is right on the verge of that turnaround company, but they're also very, very close to being, not delisted per se. They have, like, again, those debt maturities, their deferred debt, but it's a $2 stock, $3 stock, right? So it's a little bit risky, but we're right on that turnaround fence, which could be the best possible opportunity. Now, AMC beat EPS estimates in recent quarters for Q1 2025. They delivered negative 58 cents versus consensus negative 61. And generated revenue slightly below expectations. Adjusted EBITDA also came in better than expected. But based on Zacks, analysts have been revising earnings estimates upward. AMC currently holds earnings per share of 6.96%. That's plus. And Zacks rank of number 3 as a hold, suggesting a probable earnings per share beat once again on AMC. Historically, we see earnings moves on AMC of 12.6%. up or down, which is huge. We don't see a lot of companies have that big of a move. Now, TipRank's guidance suggests AMC expects to be free cash flow positive for 9 months ending December 31st this year, with 2025 on pace to deliver the strongest box office results since 2019. So we have huge bullish expectations coming forward, but what is the news going to be? Is it going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news event? Or is it going to be don't do anything, buy this shit and cover off of the news, right? What are we going to see here? I think a lot of things are being front ran and also just high expectations, which is good, but it can backfire. I hope that, just take a look at the difference right here. I hope that the expectations aren't so high that they give a reason to dump it. But we'll see what happens, right? This could be a major turning point for AMC. On top of that, do you guys remember when one time overnight, I believe it was on earnings, but it might have been a different catalyst, AMC was up 97% in the nighttime? That is insane, okay? Something like that can very, very easily happen because I've seen it multiple times with AMC. And we could easily see a jump towards $7 overnight on AMC, which is just insane. We could be right on the verge of that 116% gain. Could you imagine if you're holding any sort of contracts? Now, regarding that concept, I urge you to get in the Discord. It's a top link in the description. As far as squeeze goes, this is something we're anticipating for GameStop. We made a whole video on it, but we got to watch it very closely, especially this week, because if things turn bad, it could happen this week. But I hope, personally, things turn bad for the market. Capital rotates into our squeeze plays. I'll explain in 1 second. But ultimately, we're looking this week, but it doesn't have to happen this week, but it should happen this week, seeing we are testing basically as low as I think we can go. A move up to 29.60, okay? A lot of you stocks called the 29.60. No, be careful here. I'm just saying there's a high likelihood we have a very green week this week, and that could also not happen. We got this breakout today on Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. Just a little bit of a breakout, a friendly breakout. Is it confirmed? No, not necessarily. It might be confirmed on the smaller time frames, but the daily is probably going to show a candle pushing out of the wedge, but it could very well fake down and trap us, and we could crash this week. I just want to give you the possibilities, but the likelihood is more so that this dip was a liquidity grab and that we're making our way, in my opinion, to that $131,000 level. And keep in mind, I think altcoins are going to move with GameStop and AMC. This is January 28th, right when AMC and GameStop, right basically around the time frame they peaked. Bitcoin as well started to scale higher after they peaked, but during the time frame of them squeezing, these were, losing value. Okay, I just want to point that out there. Does that have to happen? No. The point being is that as that happens, same time frame, same time, we should see moves on all of our plays, including altcoins. And Ethereum is the first example of that, up another 2.4% today. got a little bit of a cool off after it's been on a straight up tear, and Ethereum is going higher for 4,000. Very, very close. And maybe it'll push all-time highs. Last but not least, a little bit of tin. Roaring Kitty, who people think is Roaring Kitty, posted on TikTok an interesting video. Long story short, I'm not going to play the video. If you want to go watch it, go watch the video. Class next week. Now, if you want to see this and go see what video I'm talking about, make sure to follow me on X. But basically decoded in the video, class next week. The video is still hype. It's still interesting. There's other things that you can decode in there as well. Now, the US and China have agreed to extend their tariff pause for another 90 days. And then President Trump has just reached a trade deal with the EU. One, the agreement to open up trade at 0% tariff, and two, EU to buy up 750 billion of US energy, as well as purchase vast amounts of US auto, and four, tariffs on automobiles reduced to 15%, which could have maybe a positive impact on Tesla. I don't really, I'm not really well informed over there. Trump calls this the biggest deal ever reached, which this could be very good for the overall market. We're going to watch the SPY very closely, especially seeing with what we have coming up this week. Huge earnings week with Meta, Apple, Amazon, MicroStrategy, Coinbase, Reddit, Riot. Most of these reporting Thursday after close, Roku, and then Friday, ExxonMobil, Chevron. I mean, there's so many earnings plays. Visa, Starbucks, Mara, Cheesecake Factory, SoFi, PayPal, United Health, Boeing, UPS, Spotify. There is a full week of absolutely insane earnings. Carvana, Robinhood, APLD, Microsoft, ARM, Ford, Qualcomm. This is an insane week of earnings with a lot of companies that I have interest in or hold interest in or hold myself in my personal portfolio. This is going to be insane. And last week I said I want to take a little bit of a break from earnings, but seeing the week we have coming up, wow. MasterCard as well. And then we also have U.S. economic data this week, Tuesday. There's nothing going on Monday. Tuesday, JOLTS job openings, consumer confidence. Wednesday, ADP non-farm payrolls, Q1 GDP, important, as well as pending home sales and Fed rate decision. Wednesday, big day, huge earnings week, huge economic week, pure chaos Thursday as well. Core PC inflation comes out, employment cost index, jobless claims Friday, non-farm payrolls Friday, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, ISM manufacturing, PMI, consumer sentiment. Wow, this is going to be fun. And if you're not in the Discord server, make sure to join. It's the top link in the description of the video, guys. Everybody who watched this video, get in the Discord right now. Don't sleep on it. One trade will pay for Discord for life. That is it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend with the couple hours we got left. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.